So the cause for the current bout of inflation can be explained in something we use in economics all the time, simple supply and demand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to erase what we had here, and then I'm going to do something that we do in economics all the time. I'm going to draw myself my little XY axis, and I've got price here, and then quantity demand and quantity supplied here. And I'm going to show you a standard supply curve and standard demand curve. The supply curve is going to go up like that. And that basically shows you how supply reacts to changes in price. As price goes up, quantity supplied goes up. And that's why we have an upward slope here. And what about demand? Well, demand slopes downward, which shows you that as price drops, quantity demanded drops. And as price goes up, quantity demanded goes up. And that's why we have a negative slope here. Now, what we saw after the pandemic was a surge in demand. People weren't buying anything during the pandemic, or they were buying limited things, Netflix subscriptions, that sort of thing. But as soon as the pandemic lifted, people started to go out to dinner, they started to go on vacations, they started to buy things. And that meant we had a surge in demand, and that can be represented by a rightward shift in the demand curve. So if I shift the demand curve to the right, like this, we're going to go from this current state in terms of price and output to something that looks like, let me use another colored pen, something that looks like this. And that means we have an increase in the equilibrium price level. We go to right here. That's inflation. But it gets even worse, because not only have we been experiencing a surge in demand, we've also been experiencing what we call a bottleneck in terms of production. Countries, let's say like China's been having a lot of problems with power outages, and that's causing limits in what they could produce. Also, what is being produced is being shipped to the United States in great amounts, and we're seeing backups in the ports. So it's very difficult to get the ships unloaded and trucked to their destination. And that's causing a supply shock. And that can be demonstrated using this model by a leftward shift in the supply curve. And I'm going to show you by shifting this curve to the left. And now we have a new equilibrium. So we were here, and now we're moving this way, and now inflation is even higher. So this is one of the things that I feel is very important in economics. It's you're able to take something that is happening right now and use some of the tools we cover in economics to explain how it's transpiring. And so the simple supply and demand curves can do just that.